My mom kicked me out 2 years ago in favor of her boyfriend who bullied me in high school, and now she wants to reconnect. My dad passed away when I was really young, and it's been my mom and I ever since. As you can guess, my mom and I were very close. When I was a sophomore in high school, my mom got a part-time job as a gym teacher at my school. I supported her when she asked if I would be comfortable with it, but it was extremely uncomfortable when guys would make comments on my mom's appearance. It also gave ammo to John, a guy who bullied me regularly in high school. He would make inappropriate comments about her towards me on a daily basis. John was a year ahead of me, so I thought I was finally rid of him after he graduated, but I was wrong. When I became a senior, my mom started going out very often. Initially, I was happy for her because I wanted her to find someone nice. However, it came to a point where we barely got any time together. To be frank, I thought she was avoiding me. This was because whenever I tried to make plans with her, she had already made plans before. So, I sort of kept it to myself because I didn't want to come off as needy. I didn't complain when she missed my birthday because she was out all night. When she tried to apologize the next day, I told her it was okay and that it happens. After 6 months of this behavior, I decided to take action. I asked my mom if we could have dinner together, just the two of us, but she said she was too busy. I got fed up and told her to stop ignoring me. She said that she wasn't ignoring me but that she also had a life to live. That really hurt me a lot, and out of anger, I started to ignore her for a few days. After a couple days passed, she finally apologized to me. However, she said she needed to talk to me about something important. She wanted to introduce me to her boyfriend at dinner and she didn't really sound excited about it. It sounds like she almost dreaded it. When the door rang, my mom opened it up and introduced the new guy to me. I was in extreme shock. It was John. I almost screamed at my mom, asking her what he was doing here. John came forward to acknowledge that this situation was uncomfortable but he's sorry for how he treated me in school and that he really cares about my mom. My mom asked us to sit and let her explain how this all happened. I remember screaming, "I don't give a freak about your explanation. You tossed me aside for this piece of crap. You're a pathetic excuse for a mother." My mom then defended him and said, "Don't you dare call him that." Then, she said she tried to accommodate everyone in this tough situation by keeping the relationship away from me. Her exact words were, "Like it or not, John is here to stay. If you don't like it, you're more than welcome to leave." So, I packed my bags right then and there. I called my grandma and told her about the whole situation. She drove to my house and confronted my mom, and after a shouting match between them, I left with my grandma. My mom tried calling me for several weeks after that, but I blocked her. When she tried to visit me, I called the cops on her. After that, she sort of gave up. It had been 2 years since I'd heard from my mom. That is until yesterday, I got a call from her, and she said it was urgent and we needed to meet up. I don't know if I should go. Update 1. Well, curiosity got the best of me. There was also a burning desire to unload on her. I finally texted back my mom, asking where we should meet, and she said we could meet for lunch at a local restaurant at noon. I didn't have any class today, so I was good to go. When I arrived at the restaurant, I heard someone scream my name. It was my mom, whom I hadn't seen for 2 years. She asked how I was and said she would hug me, but she knew I would reject it. Her voice was shaking when she asked me to follow her to her table. Unsurprisingly, John was sitting there. He didn't even look me in the eye as we sat down. He just nodded his head as if to simply acknowledge my arrival. As my mom sat down, she started shooting out multiple questions. "What have you been up to? Are you in school? How's it going?" I got annoyed and told her, "Stop wasting my time with these questions. What do you want from me?" "Well, before we tell you, can we explain how all of this happened?" "I'm all ears." For those of you asking me to get her in trouble with the school board, I hate to break it to you, but they never interacted with each other when John was in school. John only knew about her because his friends would take pictures of her before gym class started and share them with everyone. It was John who approached her at a bar. She didn't recognize him. So he told her he went to the high school she works at and graduated recently. My mom was lonely and jokingly told him she wouldn't tell anyone that he wasn't 21 as long as he hung out with her. They exchanged numbers and made a promise to hang out with each other. She said she knew that I wouldn't be comfortable with her seeing a peer of mine, so she kept it a secret and convinced herself it was going to be a short and casual relationship. Eventually, the relationship got serious. When she was hanging out at his house, she asked him about introducing him to me, but he told her it wasn't a good idea. She responded by saying I'll get over the age gap relationship, and he was forced to come clean about the relationship I had with him in high school. That's when my mom started tearing up, and her voice was shaking. She said she was in shock about what she had done. She couldn't sleep at night and she couldn't even look at me without feeling immense guilt. She had him blocked on her phone, but after about a week, he sent her a message on Facebook to at least meet him one last time, and she obliged. He showed up with roses and begged for forgiveness. He even said he'll apologize to me in person and that he's a changed person, so she took him back. That was when she invited him to dinner and I found out who she was meeting with the entire time she wasn't giving me any attention. My mom burst into tears and begged me to forgive her for hurting me. She said these 2 years have been painful for her. Finally, John spoke out and said, "She misses you like crazy, dude. She still needs you in her life." My mom said, "I am sorry for being an awful mother. We want to make it up to you. We're moving to California, and we want you to come with us. We will foot the bill for your education and everything else. You won't have to work at all. You'll have a permanent place in our home." I don't know what came over me, but I started laughing. Now, I admit this next part does make me somewhat of a monster. After I collected myself, this is what I said to her: "Mom, you must be delusional if you think I'll ever forgive you. You don't exist to me. The only acknowledgement you'll get from me is me spitting on your grave when you pass away." She started crying hysterically after that. I got up from the table and left the restaurant, and after about a minute had passed, I could hear my mom screaming at John to stop following me. To tell you the truth, I knew he was going to try and stop me from leaving. The moment he grabbed my shirt, I turned around and swung at him. It caught him by surprise, and my mom had to physically restrain him from hurting me until he calmed down. I told them, "This is what I think about your proposal. It's been 4 hours now since the incident. I know deep down I should be ashamed of myself, but I feel amazing inside.